Welcome to Rathalos Watch. Today, I have some good news and bad news in regards to two very specific monsters when it comes to Monster Hunter Wilds. I would argue that the good news is a lot better than the bad news. Those of you who know, you know. Otherwise, do not watch this video as it is a big spoiler. You have been warned. Once again, I will explain everything without the bullshit. If you're looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds coverage, or just Monster Hunter in general, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on, and do not forget to join our Discord community. Link is in a pinned comment. Without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so this is going to be a mouthful, and I'm going to be trying to make this as short as possible so we understand what is happening here and why it's happening. The context here is very important, so please bear with me. As you all know, a couple of months ago, we had a Chinese leak that nailed every monster when it came to their reappearance from Monster Hunter Wilds, which included Yian, Congalala, Nerscylla, Gore, Magala, Gypseros, Blangonga, Seregios, and Lagiacrus for the base game, and Mitsutsuki and Ogre for a title update. All of those monsters came to fruition as of today's date, and the last official reveal was Blangonga a few days ago via a Japanese Capcom ad, and today we finally got the actual render of it from Capcom on their official Monster Hunter Wilds website. The only monster that was not listed in that leak was Gravios, that kind of came out of nowhere from IGN first earlier this year. Perhaps the leaker didn't know about him or just simply wasn't informed or forgot to mention it. Regardless though, that doesn't matter. So we have two monsters left, Seregios and of course Lagiacrus. So what is happening with those two exactly? Are they going to be revealed soon, and are they actually in the base game, or has there been stuff going on behind the scenes? Well, I'm here to tell you all about that. At the start of this video, I told you that I have both good and bad news. The good news is that yes, both Lagiacrus and Seregios do indeed exist and will be in Monster Hunter Wilds. The bad news, they were last few minute changes that apparently happened around the fall or winter of last year, which was a few months after the Chinese leak occurred. So does that mean that the Chinese leaker was a liar? No, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, everything he stated was completely true. But things sometimes do change last minute, and that is obviously out of his control, and he can only give the information that he was given at the current time. However, what people need to realize is that there are certain things that may happen during development, and because of that, things may need to change, and the development team decided to delay certain things. Both Seregios and Lagiacrus were planned for the launch of the game, but now I am getting information from various sources that they have been pushed to a title update. From what I heard, Capcom had the choice of either A, delaying the game to get both Seregios and Lagiacrus finalized and fully implemented into the game, or B, delay them instead and release the game as intended with the original release date. Obviously, they went with option B. I'm gonna assume they probably did not want their fans to wait was one of the reasons, and the bigger and more realistic reason is probably because they needed to meet their fiscal year and satisfy their shareholders. After all, Capcom is a business at the end of the day, and investors are very important. So from a business standpoint, it makes complete sense to not delay the game further and have the possibility of missing your fiscal year, because that would be terrible. A few days ago, I made a video discussing 5 new title updates. There's a lot of speculation going on within the data mining community and the leakers, of course, that both Seregios and Lagiacrus will be appearing in the title update 1.5, which is shortly after Mitsutsuki, but before Zenogre. However, none of that is confirmed, only speculated. What is confirmed, though, is that they are now indeed part of a title update. We just do not know which and where. As for what reason exactly and why both Seregios and Lagiacrus have been pushed away from the release, I am not exactly sure, nor was I told the exact reasons. Perhaps Capcom really wants to make sure they nail those two monsters to the T, especially Lagiacrus. You do not want to disappoint your fans with an anticipated monster like that after so many years of waiting. Also, copies of Monster Hunter Wilds are already out in the wild. Yes, pun intended. So if you see some unknown person streaming the game on YouTube or Twitch, do not be surprised. Mainstream media, including IGN, GameSpot, and all those guys also had their review copies for quite a while now. The truth is out there, and it's slowly starting to ooze out. I'm also happy to inform you that I also do have reviewer friends. However, I do not wish to put them in jeopardy and will not be telling you their name, who they work for, or where they are. Privacy like this must be respected at all costs. The only thing that I will talk about in full details is the publicly available data mined information, and that is it. What I am allowed to tell you though is that the review embargo is lifting from Monster Hunter Wilds on February 27th at 5 AM CT. I was told this all the way back on February 10th through a friend who is employed as a freelancer at a gaming website. This means that the main press media had their hands on the full version of Monster Hunter Wilds for quite a few weeks. As for content creators, I spoke to a few, and I won't mention their name, but I was told that they did not have the game as of last week, and again, I will be protecting their privacy as well, so I am not telling you who they are. But this week, I am not sure, because I haven't bugged them about it, and probably won't, as it doesn't really matter anymore with the game being roughly 10 days away. The bottom line is this: Seregios and Lagiacrus do exist, and will come to Monster Hunter Wilds, and it will be happening this year. And the leak is still correct to an extent, but things unfortunately changed last minute. Why that happened or what the reasons were, I have no clue, and it doesn't really matter anymore. Either way, I'm excited for the game to come out and dive into it like a madman, as I'm sure you are as well. So what do y'all think about these crazy changes of events, and what is your personal speculation in regards to Seregios and Lagiacrus and where they may or may not appear? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe with notifications turned on. Peace out and happy hunting.